We're going to get started in about three. Entrepreneurship is about this work. Yes, sir. I have the magazine. Just talk. Yeah, just talk.
I've knocked for 22 years. I've never had a problem in Wow. Carol's got this thing in my face. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? For those that don't know me, I'm Valerie Levin. Like I said, I retired from the Army. Since then, I've become an entrepreneur, just like everybody in the room, or those that are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. I like to call them emerging entrepreneurs, like my new friend over here. Luminary Global, we sell emergency and trauma supplies, cover items, and tactical gear. I'm also co-founder of a nonprofit called Action Zone. We teach entrepreneurship education to veterans and their family members that are emerging entrepreneurs. So it's pretty exciting work. Today, I appreciate everybody coming to Entrepreneur Speaks. I think it's still freaking me out. Are you recording? Because like, I don't even cut this part out. It's so, it's early Saturday morning, right? But I'm still sitting on the couch drinking coffee. So I really appreciate that Carol has Entrepreneur Speaks to get me off the couch. This morning event is sponsored by Boot. So I'm going to have the founder come up and tell you a little bit about her company.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Alright. So I just want to say my first three, they're all having biggest opportunity for us to start today's event. Like you wanted to know. My name is Martina Jones. I'm the founder of the Boot. I founded it and my best friend. I founded it a year ago. And back to story is this actually one of our startup with one of our founders thinks now we're back to be a plus science guys, but if we're able to, finally found something that can really make an impact. Our big thing is to revolutionize the way that people communicate. So Boot is a digital business card, but it's more than that. That is actually become an identification framework. So trying to do cards can really help individuals and enterprises kind of work more efficiently and for their sales. We also are expanding various research into pet identification. So that rather than having to define which of your pets, where we already know that not everybody knows or will take to the vet to check and see they have a microchip. All they have to do is simply tap or scan the QR code on their little tag. And then now you have all the rest of that information to bring your baby home. The other thing is we are also going to get better prices so that my little brother has autism. So that's very, special place in my heart since the wander. That's another thing too, is medical prices for elderly and people with medical conditions. So see right in that right there as well. And then we're later going into security. But again, I just wanted to thank you guys for letting us sponsor you, and I just enjoy hearing everybody's stories because I believe. Yeah, so I so get to be first and tell my story. But it's been amazing to stand with everybody's stories, just hear the different backgrounds of people. It's super inspiring, and I hope that you guys are inspired. Thank you.
All right, so we have an amazing life about you guys today. What I see the most interesting of it is very, very interesting how women that have taken the entrepreneurial journey, full platform, and making it happen, killing it. So without further ado, I'm going to start our first speaker, Natalie Freeman. She is a serial entrepreneur, and I give the first there's that on her bacon, so I'm really excited to say that. More bacon. Simply because only 2% of the population of American marathon, and she's really good to be part of that community, right? 2% of our population is marathon. I did not know that it was only 2%. We're all I run a marathon. I didn't realize I was also part of that minority runner. So now, come on out.
You can use the whole face, use the whole part. You can do it all. You can use it all.
All right, everybody. Bring to that. Bring that.
You fine. Do your name tag.
That's lesson number one.
For
And
the
I'm
God.
The last time
I know.
I told Daryl, I said,
This
man,
is my
I'm calling
story.
yourself my friend.
I was
And
always a
like
big
link with me, like
I remember
Right.
sitting in the
We
front
gotta
yard
make some
here
time,
saying,
like literally
"Y'all
schedule
under
some
a
time.
tree,"
absolutely.
and having a vision of being a business owner.
Yes, ma'am.
I was
And then
born to
another
give
part,
off.
'cause I gotta construct my.
I'm a mover, I'm a shaker, I'm a catalyst for change.
I'll give
And
you one.
entrepreneurship
Yeah.
was
Yes,
my
ma'am.
path.
We'll be here till
Entrepreneurship
10,
simply
10:30.
means that you use your power
Take your
to
paper too.
change the world around you. In April 15, 2009, that's exactly what I did. But make no mistake about it. Entrepreneurship
You okay?
is not about an independent or in silo.
Sleepy.
You need help.
I didn't get home until
Take your
I
dreams
told Darren the
and
last
bury
time
them.
we spoke. I said,
Two
listen,
people who are not only going to encourage you, give you the real raw truth.
I don't get home until, well, today I could.
That's what Brian and Maureen Butler, Bishop
Like 2
Community.
hours.
I wonder if we should.
I remember going out to eat with them and I sat down and I laid out my whole life
You don't
on
want
a
to
paper.
about this kind of life.
They get up
They
early.
get up early.
Okay.
Gotta train yourself to do that.
That's true. Like people think, what happened? You're coming
I got
today?
my whole dream.
I love business, have people coming to buy.
That's awesome. It's a great product. It is, and it's not expensive at all.
And that's
Real
exactly
fast.
what they did. They gave me some real.
No, I don't. I'm gonna get one for my
Now,
travel
now,
business.
for they believe
Right.
in my
That's
vision,
my
they were
travel
always
business.
willing to share my life.
Don't tell
And
me.
before you know it, I had partners in the community that will be my first clients.
Right. Okay. Let me see if I know how to do this. Mine's is turned on.
And it wasn't just about counting I had opportunity now to stand behind others so that they could become successful business owners. I help them put structures
Just mine.
and
Let me make
systems
sure
in
it's
place
on.
so that they will grow and be prosperous.
Yeah, it's on. Mine's on.
However, I also had an opportunity to share the Black community.
It ain't because I'm on Zoom. Maybe I got too
Maybe
much going on.
Maybe even the
But
key.
it wasn't enough. I had asked God for a universal product and service that would go far beyond my community. I wanted to help all people. Black business just doesn't mean you help Black people. It means your vision is Black, your source is Black,
Belinda said, I'm gonna fight him.
but money is Black. All is Black. And again, I wanted to help everyone. But it wasn't
I rock your brain.
Okay.
I was helping people run toward their dreams.
Leandre's here.
She's here.
But I know that
Texting me.
time after time,
I just told you, I said, yeah, bring your business to Martina.
entrepreneurship is not.
Yeah, yeah. That's
They
perfect.
were afraid of failure.
She said, I'm gonna fight him. I ain't know nothing about it. She was walking in, sent it out.
Failure that they would go out of business. Failure that they would have to go back to back. So I began to motivate. Different platforms, I began to see and one-on-one consultation. But I wasn't just a motivator. Honestly, on your intake form, I would ask people, what are your needs?
704 685 5841. He on his way.
9 years later.
He running behind. say.
Not only can we continue
Every
strategy
year
to
for
increase your
16
bottom line
times.
and build profitability,
Okay,
but we
just
also
take.
design
No, don't open it.
implements
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
because that's my
to create
page,
a
and you'll see
sustainable
all my
pattern for future.
contact and all the links. I just deactivated my
But as
Facebook,
expensive,
but everything else is.
Your link was off.
people
Okay.
are now starting to make money. And they feel good about it. They're starting to save money. But they
Now
didn't know
make
what
sure you
to
hold
do.
on your ticket. Y'all gave your ticket, didn't you?
So everyone else needs to plan. You need a plan for everything. They were making money, they didn't know how to make their money, make money for them when they weren't working. 6 years prior, I had been approached by one of the largest investment firms in the country. But I was afraid partnering with them would make me postpone my dreams and passions. I said no. However, it wasn't until personal tragedy struck my life that it made me stop and reevaluate my goals to grow. And I realized that in order for growth to be involved, sometimes you have to sacrifice your own passion and purpose to help more people around you. I really realized that my mindset was immature. And it was not going to allow me to achieve my dream. You ever had a kernel of corn? You know, like one of the unpopped kernels in your bowl of popcorn. If you just take it and throw it away, or even if you try to crack down on that popcorn kernel, it's really not going to help anybody but yourself. And I don't even know how to advertise that, popcorn. However, if you take that same kernel and you put it in the ground, you nurture it with soil, light, and nutrients, it will die. It will die and sprout up. A sprout will come from it, and if you get it right, ears of corn will be produced on that stalk. Far more being able to help and visit your community than just that one kernel. That's what dying itself is like. It's a bad life. But back to my personal story. The tragedy that struck with my dad got sick. He had a stroke in 2019. And he never came home. In 2020, he would later die. That taught me one thing. Don't wait. You got a passion, you know your purpose, run toward it, right? And that's what I did. So I called him up on that, and it's time here. And I partnered with him. I didn't go to work with him. Oh, that's awesome. That I did. Y'all know. You take a piece of faith, say something different, because I was starting my career all over again in Elbert County. You know, once you take that extra faith and do something awesome, your faith is going to be tested, your integrity is going to be tested, your dream is going to be challenged. And you have to make a decision if you're going to abort your vision or not. So again, I started with this great company, and the onboarding process includes getting licensed. And these licensing exams already trying to take a box. We're not one, not two, 3 times. And then Natalie, over that, I decided to go ahead and buy a house while I'm studying for these licensing exams. And if anybody has bought a house, you know that you don't close until you close. So this 30-day process turned into 5 months because of COVID. And here I am trying to study for these exams to start this new journey. I moved 7 times in 5 months while studying for the licensing exam and still breathing the rapid anything worth having. Your goals, your dreams, will be challenged, but it's up to you to make the decision that you're going to. Because those challenges, it's not impossible. It's expensive. And so now, almost 3 years later, I have one of the fastest growing branches at Edward Jones, the fastest growing Black branch at Edward Jones. All Black branches, meaning an advisor, as only, which is one in the state of Florida, one other in the state of Florida, and only one. And over 200 clients, and almost 22 million under management. I now have a platform to preach financial literacy and position people to be financially free. I'm a part of it.
started as an entrepreneur and went to corporate America. A lot of people start in corporate America and go to entrepreneurship. But I don't agree. First of all, I did it on the way that my passion is. But second, I was allowed because the experiences that I learned as an entrepreneur to now have a flexible schedule and still reach my goals. I am able to still be a catalyst of change and accountability to many people. So you ask me what I do. I affect personal change through corporate platforms by allowing people to now expand and grow their wealth and leave undeniable effects.
Hold it, you got 3 to 4 minutes of questions and answers.
All right. So, thank you, sir.
Great job, Natalie. Question, so how did you bridge that relationship in terms of not working with a partner? What did that look like?
So let me tell you, first, you have to understand what your work is. So to anybody, like whether it's a client or whether a partner, like a work advisor or something. Thankfully, Edward Jones is really set up that you must get your own client, have to do a certain production every month. So it's really not governed by the time of completion. You have to have a certain place at a certain time. So I partnered with him because I nearly married my current experiences from 20 years ago and brought it into a platform that I knew was going to be flexible enough for me that I wouldn't feel like I was stifled to be in a people. I have my own office, my name is on the door, I go and come about it. I have to say, oh, yes. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know how to I had to find environment that was allowed to feel work. That's why you part of it. The mind. Yes, I have to find employment, waiver, and contract. However, it's fine.
Awesome, thank you.
So I have a question for you. Can you tell the audience what that felt like 7 times in the midst of trying to do all these great entrepreneurial?
What do y'all think? It was a tragedy. It was traumatic. Because again, y'all, keep in mind when you start out with a vision in your head, even if you have a goal in mind, the goal was just to own another home. Simple goal, right? How many people are closing on a home a day? But you always have to remember that something unexpected is always gonna happen. I planned to move one time out of the rental house I was in into a friend's house into my new house. However, it didn't work like that. 30 days came 5 months. My friend said, you got to stay. And I had to respect it, right? But every day you have to get up and keep the goal in mind. I had a doula when I was pregnant. And I remember one time when we were in baby, she would always say something that you think was crazy, right? She would reach in my ear and she'd say, "We're having a baby, having a baby." Why did she have to yell that in my ear when I'm in labor? Because the pain is so intense sometimes that you lose sight of your goal. No matter the pain, y'all, you need a doula. You need a spiritual doula. Somebody say, "You're starting a business, starting a business, starting a business." Because there are going to be times that you won't have enough money. There will be times you feel like you do not have enough clients. There will be some times you feel like, okay, I was baking cookies, but now I feel like I need to be making cake. You gotta make a decision how soon you're gonna switch or if you what's gonna do both. So during those painful times, go back to your purpose. Get people around you who are gonna scream in your ear what your purpose is. Because it's tough. I had to find places to live. I had to keep studying for these exams. And y'all, it wasn't just me. I had one baby, one son, one dog, and one buddy. So I had to find a place for all of us to live all the time. And so it wasn't easy and always was easy.
Thank you.
How did you get over, a lot of entrepreneurs have that fear of making themselves, so how did you get over their fear?
And I cannot emphasize how important it is to have coaches and mentors around. You're always not gonna know the next step. Sometimes you just have to take things. And it's either gonna yield good results or it's gonna yield bad results. If it's bad results, you don't count that as failure. You count that as a learning experience. Nothing that we've done usually is new, right? Somebody has done something. Anytime I even want to do something right now, I'm looking at $1 million project. So I got on the internet and I looked at somebody who has done the same thing. And I called it up. You cannot be afraid either about people that you don't know. There is somebody who's always willing to help. I called up these people in marketing and saw my questions. So if you need steps, ask for help. Go back to the report. Google the internet. Our society is resource rich, but take the step.
One more question. Sure.
Okay.
I heard that you experienced a lot of challenges in the 5 to 7 months when you were starting things up. How did you feel that, or did you experience the guilt of bringing people to those moments during those challenges?
Very, very good question, y'all. Get the buy-in of the people who are around you that love you the most. Let them know what you're doing. They're not gonna always agree and they're not gonna always be with you, honestly, but at least be very candid about what's going on. We had to move, and thankfully my son, he thought it was an adventure. I didn't roll with that. We made it an adventure. We packed up like, where are we gonna go next? We did go. It gave us an opportunity to live in some of the coolest places in Tampa Bay, and we just made it an adventure. We need to communicate and always be open and honest about it.
Thank you. Natalie, what an amazing story. I know the Butler family personally, so not that you have them as members, I know most of that. So we're gonna pause here for just a minute so that we can welcome the founder of Entrepreneur Speak, Daryl.
Hey, how about?
I think you need to go back.
We need.
All right, so we're gonna take a pause so that we can call up the founder of Entrepreneur Speak, Daryl.
Thank you very much. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for coming out this morning. I don't take it lightly that you all decided to come out this morning, because you could have done 1,000 things versus being here and dealing with whatever's going on with my family. And it's in here. Here we go. All right. So again, thank you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So thank you all for. Should I stop moving? Hey, but thanks a lot. Thank you guys for coming this morning. Thanks for taking the time out. You could have done 1,000 things. There's many things you could have done this morning, i.e., some brought their children, some got bowling and roller skating, all kinds of things that you could have been doing this morning. But guess what? You decided to come and hear some stories of entrepreneurs. When I started this platform, I started because I wanted to hear the stories. It was the stories that was compelling people to do something different versus, i.e., someone pitching and talking about their business. You can read a whole lot about the business online. I promise you can. All you gotta do is hit this thing called Google. And Google's gonna tell you everything you need to know about XYZ's business. But what you don't know is that Natalie just spent 7 months looking for a house in the midst of her looking for her business or starting her business. So those are the stories. Those are the stories that when I just met Cassandra said, I came over here because I want to do this thing called entrepreneurship. I want to start my own business. I want to figure this thing out. I said, well, you're in the right space at the right time. She could have been sleeping on her pillows, dreaming and trying to figure this thing out. But now she has the opportunity to shake hands and literally kiss babies and learn more about this thing called entrepreneurship. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time out. My pastor used to tell a story about how people would cover him where he stands and where he's at right now. not fully understanding the journey and not fully understanding what it took for him to get there. So I ask you, when you hear these speakers come up here, don't see them where they are right now. Don't even consider this as a consideration. I want you to think about what it took for them to get here. Last month, we had a presenter that spoke who stated that they literally took themselves and their 2 children and they moved inside their dance studio for several months. They lived it. Think about that for a moment. Let that resonate. Man, you got to get the kids up for school. You got to get ready to take them to some kind of bus stop. Because I'm sure there's not a bus stop in the commercial area to take kids to school. So she had to figure this thing out. So again, welcome, 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 and welcome. I want you to do one last thing. I want you to take an opportunity and I want you to give yourself a single clap. So on the count of 3. Now I used to be in music, I used to sing a little bit. I used to say it was 4 beats in the measure, the 4th note gets 1 count. So we can have this, we gotta have just 1 single clap, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you guys. Right back at you. Oh, you know what? Let's do this for a second. You guys should have this in front of you. Should have this in front of you. This is called the Entrepreneur's Creed. The Entrepreneur's Creed. I wrote this when I started looking around and I was like, you know what? There's nothing that clearly talks about the entrepreneur or speaks to the entrepreneur and all the different things that he or she may be going through. So I like to start off the event with us all saying this together. So let's say this together. All right, ready? I am an innovator. I see things different. I'm committed to the change of my world. There are many like me, but I'm uniquely different. I choose to take risks that others do not see. I'm not afraid to lose it all because I see the big picture.
I know that if I don't do it, I'm not.
Therefore, I create, I redesign, I develop. I will not take no for an answer because I am an entrepreneur. Bam! Say that with clarity and assuredness that you are an entrepreneur. Say it one more time, because I am an entrepreneur. All right, thank you guys so very much. There it is. Oh, okay, all right. That's that army coming out in the office.
Speaking of army, you know, in the military, how many veteran military spouses do we have in the room? In the military, what's that? I'm a military kid. Military kid. You're in the military, Chris? Show me out first. There is a creed for everything in the military, so I'm not surprised that you're all created. I appreciate that, and you know, just to his sentiment, when he asked me to host and see this event, it is the entrepreneur story that drives me every day with what I do. I just had a young entrepreneur yesterday tell me that his marriage didn't make it. It's so emotional. But it's a struggle. You know, people think just because you're producing that what's going on at home and that entrepreneur journey is a struggle. But you know what? He wouldn't do it any other way. I wouldn't do it any other way. So sharing the entrepreneur story at this level, not like, you know, the Butlers, they got to make the story, but you know, we want to hear the stories of the young entrepreneur, emerging entrepreneur, ones that have, you know, still struggling after 5, 6, 10 years to realize their dreams. So I appreciate Daryl for allowing me to join you guys entrepreneurs. I appreciate all of our entrepreneurs for being vulnerable to share their story. And with that, I'm going to introduce Cheryl Sampson, who was born and raised in the Bahamas. Cool. She's also a collegiate All-American softball player. With arms perfection is not and she is an
Never let it go. Good morning, good morning. I am just honored to be with each and every one of you today. So inspired by your story. Love how you told it. Love your story as well. Thank you for your service, even for so I am Cheryl Sanchez. Daryl, thank you for putting this on. Really impressed by your level of commitment and dedication to see others thrive. So thank you for that. And so I am Cheryl Sampson. I am the founder and CEO of Candy. And Candy specializes in premium healthcare, self-care solutions. But I'll take you back to my story. Let you know a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and how I ended up founding Candy and ultimately building a brand today. And so as shared, I am originally from Nassau, Bahamas. I take a lot of pride in that. Literally grew up with all of my cousins, 10 cousins in the household. So lots of fighting, lots of stealing candy, lots of arguing, but ultimately it gave me a great appreciation for the simple things, right? So I was one that was going to the laundromat with my grandmother, and it's 8 of us walking. She had a grocery cart pulling all of our clothes, right? And so coming from those humble beginnings really give me a different set of lens, right? As I look through life, as I look through giving gratitude to each and every person that I meet, and just really staying humble. And so with that, I had the great opportunity to come to the United States. So my mom decided to move to Tallahassee. So everybody, you Rattlers. I'm not a Rattler, but I grew up in Tallahassee, grew up around the environment, and played softball all my life. And that was really my saving grace because my childhood was filled with a lot of instability. I probably talk about moving. I probably moved about 20-something times in my childhood. So you just take a pause. I went from the United States to the Bahamas back, and my dad, lots of instability, lots of drug abuse, lots of a lot of things. Thank God I was never, I didn't have to deal with that level of trauma in terms of drug abuse, but experienced it in my family. And so for me, growing up, it was, what can I do to develop a level of stability in my life? I was having a conversation with Daryl, and I was like, hey, for me, it's not really about love. For me, number one is stability. If I have stability because of the instability that I experienced as a child, that's what's most important. So when I've had an opportunity to get a softball scholarship, go to college, I'm a graduate of Stetson University. So I got my marketing degree from Stetson. Honestly, I was not the cool kid. Everyone would say, why is she always in the library? They would call me the library girl. And the reason being is because I'm like, listen, I don't have a plan B. This is my only plan. And I have to make sure this works. And so was able to graduate top of my class at Stetson, and just was really, really focused on developing a life for myself. And so I actually have 15 years corporate experience. So after graduating from Stetson, I went on and moved back to Tallahassee, where I was able to start in market research. And that gave me a really appreciation for data, right? Understanding data, looking at data. I must tell you, it was boring as hell. Like, super boring. I could be in a room for 8 hours and not speak to anyone. And I was, you know what? This is not the life. I think I want to do something different. So ultimately, my boyfriend, I think we were married, husband at the time, moved to Tampa. And I had an opportunity to work in a manufacturing company, which is great. I led the marketing efforts there. And then I ultimately went to work for a software enterprise company. Gave me a great appreciation for tech, learned lots of great things. But the moment that led into Candy, right, me getting into the beauty space and personal care, the owner of the software company came to me and he said, Sherelle, do you want to run? I just acquired a personal care brand. And he said, do you want to run it? And I'm like, beauty, software, like, of course I do, right? But what he didn't tell me was the fact that it was purchased out of bankruptcy. So that meant everything was an absolute mess, everything. And what I loved about it was that it was over 250 SKUs. So not one 1 product, 5 products, 250. So literally, we had to think about how do we create new formulations? What is the packaging going to look like? What is the retail infrastructure? There were 2 retail stores. How do we look at the technology that we need? How do we brand? We had vendors, Germany, China, Japan. How do we negotiate with them? Any and everything you could think of to build a brand, I had to do. And so literally we had labels all around the room. Think of the 250. What do we want to keep? What do we want to sunset? We started reformulating. We started thinking about how do we make this better, right? Changing the fragrances, changing the ingredients. And when I tell you it was crazy, it was crazy. It was chaotic. Everything that could have went wrong went wrong. We had customers calling us like, hey, this tube that I bought, it just exploded on me. Because what we learned was when you have a tube and it goes to a certain height in the air, right, on the plane, sometimes it can explode because of that pressure when you get back to your hotel room. So this guy is shaving, he's like, ah! So he called us. And so it was, what I will say is that everything that went wrong could have went wrong, but it was all for nothing. Because I received a master class on how to build a brand from scratch. And even though it was crazy and it was chaotic, what I learned in that moment is that I loved it. I loved the opportunity to synthesize ingredients and to touch it and to feel it and say, ooh, this is something I really love. And so ultimately, I had to make a decision. Do I want to go work with the L'Oreals of the world, right, or Estée Lauders of the world, or do I take my time and build something myself? And anybody who's worked in corporate America knows how the politics, and knows how it goes. And I said, you know what? I don't think I want to do Estée Lauder or L'Oreal. I'm gonna build something myself. And so the opportunity came when one day I'd love to get a nice sew in. That's my thing, quick and easy. And my scalp was on fire. And I called my stylist and I said, hey girl, what can I do for this? So she was like, you can wash your hair, you can take it out. And I'm like, I just spent all this money. Y'all already know I was not taking it out. Anyway, long story short, went to the store, started looking at products. My husband looks at me and he says, babe, why don't you make something for the scalp? I said, no, that's lame. Like, the scalp, no. And then I kind of paused and I said, you know what? This could be a real opportunity because I noticed all you had was grandmama's grease, the blue magic on the market. You had oils that if you get your hair done, the last thing you're gonna do is put a ton of oil, right? It's gonna mess up your style. And so I said, you know what? If I could make something really different, really unique, great ingredients, great viscosity, where it's not super running in your hair, I think we could have something special. And so I went on that journey, and that's how Candy was born. It took us 14 to 16 months to create our hero product. We literally started in farmers market. Anybody been to Ybor, downtown farmers market? We started there and literally, had the 90-year-old man walking up saying, what is this? I can use this for shaving. And I was like, man, I didn't even think about shaving. So it gave me so many different insights. Long story short, today, I am blessed to share with all of you, starting from Black Heritage Festival and Farmers Market, we are now in over 2,000 retail doors, Sally Beauty, CVS, JCPenney as well, also on Walmart.com. We have amazing partnerships with Moffitt Cancer Center, so we've been a partner with Moffitt for 5 years now. We recently secured Harvard Cancer Center, so we're a partner there. Also, City of Hope in Los Angeles, and these are the top cancer centers in the United States. Not only that, we also have partnerships. Candy has partnerships with Tampa International Airport, Orlando International Airport, in which we have our own concept called Florida Organics. And it is a combination of 5 to 7 women-owned brands in Florida, where we actually sell personal care, cosmetics, health and wellness products within Orlando International Airport. And so things are growing, things are exciting, just kind of amazing call with Disney. Not sure I really want that opportunity. It's kind of scary, but we're in a really, really great place. I will share, we grew probably over 300% year over year from last year. And so there's a really, really exciting time. So if I were to give you any advice, one of the things I would share is that, one, have a great appreciation for data. And the reason I say that is, the fact that when I first initially launched the brand, I thought we were gonna be this cool hip brand for college girls. Oh, they love to get their hair done and scalp. And I was so wrong because our hero steer was priced at $19.99. Granted, that's not super high. It's not a prestige product like $50, but $19 for the college girl when she's trying to figure out how to get a Wendy's burger is a lot of money. And so I realized just from looking at our data, from our Google Analytics and our customer data, the fact that our core customer, right, was a working woman, 25 to 54. And that really opened up my eyes. In addition to that, a second lesson would be listen to your customers, right? And so the reason I say that is the trajectory of the brand really changed when we started to hear from customers that had seborrheic dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, that this was a product that they used, a non-medicated product to really soothe an itchy scalp or a scalp that had irritation. And so that really pivoted the brand for us. Instead of being this cool beauty brand, we're now actually in the health and wellness space, which bridge partnerships with the Moffats of the world. And we're getting ready to go deeper even to the physician space. And so I will say, there's gonna be times similar to what Natalie shared, when you think you wanna give up. But my advice, be crazy enough to not give up. If you believe it is your purpose, if you believe it is your passion, be crazy enough to not give up. And so with that, I would love, I don't know how much time I have. Yeah, one more minute. I felt as if I was getting close. I would just say, as you go throughout your journey, no one can tell you what that walk should be. So just be confident in that walk. Do not be afraid to ask questions. When I was going on this journey and trying to figure out, inventory management, how to grow the business, similar to Natalie, I got on the phone with the owner of Vogue International, who sold his business to Johnson & Johnson for $800 million, right? And I'm like, listen, you did it. You were able to keep your equity. How did you do that? And he literally walked me through the steps. And so I'm proud to say this is our 7th year of business. I am still majority owner. We recently brought on an angel investor because we wanted some additional cash flow, but that was by choice. It wasn't by desperation. So I am encouraged by all of you. I welcome any questions you may have. Thank you for listening.
You sort of answered my question when it comes to data. I am a heavily data-driven person, so glad you're reaching that data. Definitely look at data. It's easy to make something, right?
Yes.
But I can tell you, like our company is limited. That's why we're expanding because of the fact that we put data.
Yeah.
So on that, I'm sure that you also have to get to that. We partner organization about like profit, things like that. Tell people, tell everybody like how you got the partnerships and how it works.
Absolutely. So what I will share, there's 2 elements to this, right? It's being ready for the opportunity. And so while oftentimes we want to run really fast, we want to go to 0 to 100 like in a month, right? It was those years of growth. It was those years of understanding the customers, understanding the value proposition of the products and the solutions. But more importantly, it was understanding when you had that opportunity, how to communicate that value to that customer for their segment, right? So when I'm talking to, in terms of partnership, when I'm talking to a healthcare stakeholder, my conversation is much different. We're talking about the patient population. We're talking about the treatments that they're going through in terms of chemotherapy, right? Versus when I'm talking to the airports, right? We're talking about travelers, and we're talking about them spending lots of time in the sun and the fact that they may have sunburn on their scalp. And so really positioning your communication for each channel or each of those strategic partners is really key, not having the same story per partner. But in terms of that, one of the things that wasn't necessarily communicated when I started an entrepreneur is how big supplier diversity is, right? Having your certifications. If you don't know about that, you should. Within any large organization, oftentimes they have a supplier diversity arm. And that supplier diversity person can be an advocate for you throughout the entire organization, right? And so that is a part of how I have been able to bridge those relationships. One, getting certified on a county level. Actually, I'm certified on the And when you are certified, basically what that means is that, the dollars that they spend on you, they can say that attributed to the person you spend throughout the company, right? And it's really big, it's really important to get those certifications. It takes time, but that was one of the big ways in which we did that. More importantly, when I had the opportunity, it was communicating the value. Because oftentimes I hear entrepreneurs say, oh my God, they didn't give me a chance. Or when you got the chance, you weren't speaking their language. So be prepared to speak your language when you do have that opportunity, and oftentimes you get the win. Great question. Any other questions? Sure.
So, the character product, do you guys specialize in like allocation?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a restorative growth serum, and we actually partnered with a Black-owned beauty supply store here in Tampa Bay. She actually called me. She gave me feedback. She said one of her customers bought our product. They came back and said she's been dealing with alopecia for years, and she was able to see like a couple strands of hair. She got so excited. So absolutely it does. All right, sounds good. Yes.
I believe the names are really important. So I wanted to find out why the name your company.
It's a very good question.
Great question. So it was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do is come up with the name, especially as a marketer, right? So I did put together about 100 names, but ultimately, it is when I started thinking about the brand, I started thinking about the body. And if you think about your body is really your canvas. Right? So that is the root word. And with the two I's in our name, so our name is spelled CANVIIY, represents our two brand beliefs. The fact that we're going to celebrate your inner canvas, we're going to enhance your outer canvas. That's how canvas is born. Great question. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
I'm just asking why.
Okay.
One second. So, Cheryl, wow, so many good nuggets in your story. As a product store owner, I cannot imagine taking on a bankruptcy or a company that was bankrupt and had 250 SKUs. That's a lot. That is a lot. And you know, one of the biggest lessons in entrepreneurship is failure. And it's unfortunate that the previous owners didn't get to learn from their failures and get themselves out of that, but fortunate for their failure that you were able to learn so much. And I can't wait to tell Lynn Croson, who manages the Sephora market, that Dr. Insight is done.
Yeah.
She is gonna be like super thrilled.
Yes,
I mean,
please
if you don't know Lynn Croson, she is the manager of the Collaborative Center in New York, and she also manages that market. So that's really exciting. Thank you so much. All right, our next speaker, Dorika Baby. When I asked her to share a fun fact about me or about her, she said, I love basketball. Her eyes got like tons bigger than what they are. She must really love basketball. She is a dedicated basketball mom and the founder of Sunkiss. It's a business credit company. And after after her own challenges in trying to get credit for her own business, she decided that she was going to help others. So, Dorika, if you want to come on up and share your story. I love this great topic.
Okay, everyone, I'm last, and I'm kind of happy I'm last because I was able to hear these great stories that motivated me to up here and like tell my story. So, hi everyone, how you doing today? I'm Erica. I'm the owner of Sunkiss Services. My services specialize in business credit, and as you know, in order to build business credit, you must have a strong business profile. Who in here know about business credit or on the journey? What, you know, so I'll give you more information on business credit. So, okay, so I started this journey a year and a half ago. Let me give you more insight on myself. So I'm Erica. I'm a mom of two boys. I have a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old. My 15-year-old is a basketball player. That's why I'm so in love with basketball. me into basketball. 3 years ago, I started an online boutique, and it was Sun Kids Swimwear. That's where Sun Kids came from. And I got the word Sun Kids because Sun Kids is my favorite soda, orange is my favorite color. So I'm like, okay, let me incorporate things about myself in my business. So I started Sun Kids Swimwear. It's an online boutique. I love Sun Kids Swimwear. I would never give up on Sun Kids Swimwear, but it didn't align with my vision. It was an online boutique. I wanted to get more into the business side of being a business owner. So I had to take a step or signing up for this business class, signing up for this, and be a mentor. As she was saying, when you're starting your journey on entrepreneurship, you're gonna want those people around you that's on the same journey as you, because they're gonna lead you, they're gonna motivate you, they're gonna make you want more of what you're putting into your entrepreneurship. So that's where I was. I started hosting networking events and I got more involved in business. I was able to help out my friends along the way who they didn't ready. So I thought, you know what? Let me just write a book. So I wrote a book, a step-by-step guide. Teach you how to build your business profile, and teach you how to set up your business page, shows you about how to get business credit cards without using your social, want to keep your personal and your business separate from each other. Once I wrote my book, it was a lot of people like, hey, I don't have time to sit down and build this stuff myself. So I started my one-on-one service. So that's what branded Sun Kids Services. My journey has been, it's good this month. Next month you might find a challenge, but that month after you gonna find out that challenge that you faced the last month was that big blessing to get you to that big challenge. So you gotta look at it like that. Like, if God gave you this vision, he gave it to you for a purpose. He didn't give it to you for just to dream on it and say, oh, this is what happened. No, he gave it to you for you to visualize it and put it into the aspect of what you think will happen in your life. That's where I've been on my journey, just actually finding my way. And I'm still not there. I still face the challenges in my career and my business. I still at home, I still face challenges. But like I say, you just can't give up. And if you're a strong believer in God, you're gonna know that God is only testing you to test your faith. So your business, you're just testing to see, hey, you're gonna give up. That's all I want to know, if you're gonna give up. Are you gonna be strong and stand in the field, or are you gonna give up? So my advice to everyone in the room, everyone, face those challenges. It's always think about the big prize at the end of that race.
Listen, school is never out for the pros. You cannot know enough. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. You made a statement there, and thank you for sharing your story. And you started one business, and then you kind of transitioned to another business. But you said something key. That you love what you were doing in somewhere, but it did not align with your business. Can you tell us a little bit about how to pivot when you feel like this doesn't align with your vision, even though it's something you love, and maybe some people were very supportive of it.
So,
But some people don't have the courage to transition.
They're
like, oh
so my
God, what I
transition,
want.
it wasn't easy at all. So like I said, I started my own line boutique. I was my own model, and it just was too much of me. I didn't have no model. So that's what I was like, it's not aligning with my vision of business owner. Like, I don't want to be exposed on the internet. I don't want to be exposed on my website. So once I started hosting my network again, I got more into business owners. So I was able to get more into their mind, see what they struggled for, and see what they needed help with. And it was always funded. It was always, I don't got money for inventory, or my marketing doing my, so I was like, what? These people don't know about the option of OPM. And I say OPM, that means to optimize other people's labor. You pay the other people wage and fund your business. And you have to think about it. Target, Walmart is in debt 1.6 million because they took an 8.6 billion loan. But you got to think about it. December is rolling around. They could get all that money back and keep them out of debt. So I say this to say that take that risk, invest in yourself. Whatever it is you want to do, invest in it. My transition was more so once I started networking, I got more to the business side. I went to school, I took my business classes, I learned more about business credit. And I know this is supposed to be different. A lot of these people need business credit.
gonna, I'm gonna steal something from 1 Million Cups.
Okay,
That I attended, I go there frequently, and they always ask this question: what can the community do for you? What can this community do for you?
so everyone in this room here today, everyone here today, if you're interested, I'm got awarded a free business consultation and word of mouth. That's it, word of mouth. Hey, I know someone who can help you get your business where you want to be, get you started. I provide business plans in order to get a startup loan for the business as well. So just word of mouth.
How do we find your book?
It's on my website. I have a rough draft here. If you want to take a look at it, one of my old rough drafts I brought here for you. You want to take a look at it, but it's on my website. My website is hunchkidservice.com, and you'll be able to find my one-on-one services, more about me and my book stuff. Well, thank you guys. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot, I have one. So you, mentioned business credit, which is really important. And with our nonprofit, we're dealing with, the military family, we always get asked, where's the money for that company? That they're marketing, employees and then investment, and then most of my money for that, and they, right? There's not,
There
right?
ain't no special way with money out there.
Yeah.
Like for instance, you have Navy Federal, that's a veteran only, not veteran only, but I have a client and he's a veteran, just before, he didn't even have a 4-month relationship with him, but it all depends on them being those, deposits and those.
Right, well, my thing is, if they think that there's a free cost of money.
No.
Yeah, right. So,
No.
that's not my
Where,
question.
I
I
was,
want, all you have to know there, listen. Action zone.
well, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know about this.
There's not. What I tell them is that there's, their application goes to the application with all the other benefits. Some of the fees may be.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of discounts to be
Yeah,
here.
it's not pretty much.
Yeah.
But, that leads to my actual question. Try to explain to them that their personal credit is so important in order to get business credit. So,
You can have a 580 credit, personal credit score, and walk into the bank with a 70 business credit score and get a $10,000 loan for your business. You have to remember your business is your EIN, your personal is your social. So when you're filling out anything that's pertaining to your business, you're not putting your social down, because this is not, your entity is your business, your personal is your you. You don't want to tie those things together because they will reach for your assets.
right, but you don't, they need to have, eventually, $10,000, not really a whole lot, but eventually.
Right.
So, credit for $10,000, but, if you really want to start building and scaling your business, how to have good personal credit.
Right.
So how do you help them, or do you help them with preparing their personal?
So I don't deal with personal credit. I have someone that's contracted with me that does the personal credit. I don't even get the credit side. But I always tell them, just because you don't have personal credit don't mean that you can't personal loan.
Right.
Yeah, of course, like the only time they're gonna pull your personal credit if you're trying to get like big conventional loans or not even startup loans, because for a startup loan, you don't need good personal credit. Like I said, 580 is a startup loan. Like the main thing that only really checks your personal credit is those conventional banks. When I say conventional banks, don't go there, big banks, like Bank of America, Chase, et cetera, things like that. When you're dealing with your business, you wanna make sure that you're dealing with credit unions. Try to stay away from those conventional banks. Because they're really not gonna give you no money.
Yeah, well, I won't talk. I don't really, because we don't have, our luminary facility that's free, we scrapped it and all that stuff, but for the, thank you so much.
No problem.
So I have to thank you. That was really great. Just one thing to add, as it pertains to financing, as we're talking to entrepreneurs, there's a couple elements, right? That you can look at. There's alternative financing. So there's peer-to-peer lending, there's invoice factoring, and now peer-to-peer lending is really what entrepreneurs need on more than ever. So and I don't know, and I'm pay, and basically you have a monthly payment of $300 or $400 a month if you have some form of a paycheck.
I also see what you're talking about, alternatives, and you can also talk to me about that. A lot of people, investment firms also have what we call margin. And if you have investments, you can actually borrow against your investment without having to take your investment out. A lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, if you have a 401k, you'll dig into it and never put it back. But the issue that I personally have with small businesses, you don't get around to paying yourself or repaying your retirement pot, and you will not want to do this for the rest of your life. I promise, no matter how much you love it. But investment companies also have a small margin. Think about that, it's also not fair.
Yeah, young entrepreneurs, they are not always aware of creative ways to actually get access to capital without taking on an investor and invest in themselves. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you again for coming on a Saturday. I am going to turn it back over to Daryl, who I think wants to get the ticket. Everybody got a ticket, right?
Right,
Everybody got a ticket? Yeah. All right.
right.
All right, we have last three numbers 024. 024. Everybody left.
That's my ticket. I can't find mine. 'Cause that's
Oh,
mine. All right.
Right there. before I see everybody. Yeah.
I don't know. We gotta check her ticket number.
She's the winner.
Yeah.
All right.
What's it?
Thank you.
You gotta share what you got
All
with
right.
everyone.
So we had an amazing mug. I'm a tea drinker, so I love this. And what does it say? Thank you. It says that entrepreneurs
Hey guys, thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. This event will not be possible without you. If you don't go and tell someone, share it with someone, bring someone, have someone go onto our website and log in to ultimately apply to come and speak. I hope that the stories that you heard this morning have been inspiring. They've led you to say, man, I'm not either getting into this, or either, you know what? I think I can do this. I think, just hit that button. I think I can do it. But the most important thing that I wanted to convey with this whole setting was that you will begin to understand and know that you're not on an island by yourself. You got a whole room full of people who are all doing it just like you. And you're not on Gilligan's Island. Ginger is not there, the professor, Mary Ann, none of them are there. You got people who you can reach out and touch. So again, thank you all so much. Please, please, please eat a donut, take some orange juice and the apple juice. And thank you all. Please network, get to know each other a little bit more if you choose to. But again, every third Saturday, we're doing this. So thank you all again. Thank you. Thank you. Next month. The next month is going to be what she's about to say. In a second. And then, September 17th. September 17th. We'll be here September 17th. And then starting in October, if you have friends and colleagues that are in Polk County, we're going to Lakeland starting in October. So we'll be in Lakeland at the well. If you have not been to the well, I'm going to throw a plug out for the well. If you have not been to the well in Lakeland, you're missing. You're missing a great venue, So again, thank you guys, and give yourself a single clap on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you. 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 Thank you guys. Yes. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hey, let's do an impromptu, give them their name. real quick.
I'm so sorry, I forgot, we have,
Goodbye, speaker.
Cheryl,
Goodbye,
and
speaker. Cheryl, Natalie. So this whole event, you know, we don't pay our speakers. We don't pay our speakers to come. We don't charge anyone to come. This is all on my company, the Spicer Heights Group. So what we like to do is to thank you guys for coming by giving you your marketing material, what we designed for you guys. So thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we need a picture.
And one other thing, this would not be possible if my wife didn't drag me out of bed in the morning and say, let's go do this. So thank you guys, my wife, Beyonce, thank you guys. You know, so hey, thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, this is great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Terry's gonna hold a quick interview. Yes, he is. Terry's my impromptu cameraman. You can do it with whatever one you want to do it with. All right. Yeah, I got space on here. Yeah, I could move over. I want you to catch Valerie too in the interview.